everyone. Thanks so much for joining. Welcome to the Wednesday Night Live. This week we've got Lynsey and Alvin, dumpster divers. Woo! So, guys, obviously I've been I think I came across your channel from Cookie and the Haydens, actually. I think it was in the comments. I sort of noticed your channel.
Yeah.
So dumpster diving, obviously it's kind of a different way of sourcing, shall we say. What got you into dumpster diving?
You've been doing it for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Alvin's from St. Lucia in the Caribbean, and they tend to do that over there a lot, even from quite small children. They take scrap bits that they can make toys with.
Yeah, recycle it back.
So it was kind of a thing when you first come over here.
Yeah. Everything looks like, wow. Yeah. Everything still looks in good condition. Maybe just a little thing missing to fix, and it's working. So I'm like, okay, then I start doing it then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we kind of got together and he introduced me to it, and I was shocked. I couldn't believe the amount of things that people are willing to throw away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we've recently sort of started getting into the charity shop bins and just been shocked really with what we've been finding. But I think, to be honest, some of it is like us sourcing to resell. Majority of it we donate back to another little charity shop that they don't throw their stock away.
Yeah.
So we redonate it back to them. So we're trying to basically, in our own little way, it sounds ridiculous because it's just us, but we're trying to help save the planet that we live on by taking stuff that there's nothing wrong with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And doing something else with it, whether that be, we're always honest on our channel. We make some money from some of it.
Yeah.
At the same time, we try and give back as well. Some of our friends sometimes message us, "Oh, I've seen you got this. Can I have it?" We help people out with it. So that's
how did you feel, Lynsey? Like when you first sort of went dumpster diving, did you feel like a bit weird about it?
Yeah, at first I was kind of looking around oh my god, people are looking this is so embarrassing. And the more and more you do it, and Alvin's really good at explaining to people why he's doing it and what he's doing. And I kind of started getting more comfortable. But bearing in mind now we kind of go early in the morning or late at night, so we tend to avoid other humans.
Yeah.
Which is always good when you're doing that, because you get positive reactions a lot, but you do get the odd person that still wants to be really negative. What are you doing? Why are you in there? So at first I was a little bit woo, but I'm completely comfortable doing it now, and I'll even speak to people if they come up to us and say, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'll explain to them now quite happily. So
what do you think the best thing is that you found in the bins?
Lots. We've got so many on the list.
There's so many. Alvin, in one of our videos a couple of weeks ago, he went out on his own. I hadn't been very well, and he found a pretty much brand new scooter in its box. Lots of electrical stuff. He's found an iPhone 14 recently. Unfortunately, the only thing he can't get off of it is the iCloud.
Oh yeah.
But I've checked to see if it's lost or stolen, and it has nothing like that. So all what I need to do is just unlock the iCloud, and hopefully I could sell it for a profit. Well, 100% profit.
And if we can't unlock it, you can sell it still for parts.
Yeah.
So it's win-win either way.
Yeah. I don't know whether there's somewhere you can take for that. Oh, they've gone. I'll carry on for a moment. But if anyone knows with iPhones, if there's somewhere that you can take for them to be unlocked, then let us know. If you don't have the previous owner's password and things like that, then just let us know. I'm just going to jump in the chat just for a moment while they come back on. So we've got Sharon in. Hello, thanks for joining. We've also got Pat in. Hello. Chris Tyler as well. Hello, thanks so much for joining. Damien as well, thanks for joining. Leanne Hill, thanks so much for joining, Leanne. Kevin from Dreams Reselling as well. Just gonna come down here, and we've got Wee Piece of Junie, and they're back. Hello.
He reached over for the mouse, and I knocked.
I've done that before though. I was on. I had Dave on, and as I was scrolling down through the comments, I somehow, because I got like a mouse pad on my laptop, somehow sort of like swiped on it, and then I was gone, and I was like, "Oh, see you later." I was like, "Damn it, I've offended them already."
What have I done? What have I done?
We've also got in Limelight, Vinty. I was just saying hello to people while you were coming back in. And we've got Leo, Fix It for Reselling. Lisa's in, hello. We've got Bills and Moon. Hi guys, thanks for joining. And we've also got Tonks in as well. So I'd asked as well, just while you were gone, if anyone knows of any ways you can unlock an iPhone, like if you don't have obviously their password kind of thing.
Yeah.
Unlock the other bits. Bills and Moon says you can't unlock the iCloud, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know, unless the person itself unlock it.
Yeah, we did look on eBay for sort of like spares and repairs, because I think there's a few on there that have still got the iCloud still on the phone, but
yeah,
I'm not sure whether you can still sell it for parts.
Normally, I do like try to call the number on the phone to see if the person have been stolen or lost. And sometimes you do just give me the iCloud number, unlock it, and I could just go and sell it.
Yeah, I bought a it was an old iPhone. I think it was like a 5C or something at a car boot. But I bought quite a few other things off him, and we swapped Facebooks and stuff in case he had any more stuff, that I wanted.
Yeah.
And I had the same problem, so I messaged him saying, "Oh, do you know what the email and password is for, so I can get the phone wiped and everything?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh no, I got it from like an Amazon pallet or something like that, or an auction. I think it was an auction actually. Just got it from an auction, so God knows where the phone came from in the first place. But yeah, I've got it stuck on my eBay now, and that's probably why it's not sold, because I can't unlock it."
It's such a shame that we live in like a town. We live in Portsmouth, so it's a massive student town.
Yeah.
And they'll like just throw phones in the bin. And you think, if you're willing to throw it in the bin, just wipe it and throw it in the bin. Like, we'll quite happily take it and do something.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Leo, if iCloud's locked and it's useless, previous owner would have to move from their iCloud account. Yeah, that's the problem I've got with my one as well.
Funny enough, last time I tried to call someone, but the person that was owning the phone, like it was one of the family, and they said, "Oh, the person has passed away, so they cannot help me, but I could still keep the phone if I want to."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what I did, I just take off parts out of the phone, fix it on another phone, and sell that phone.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Question for Lynsey and Alvin: were the large number of golf clubs you found of any value?
Hi, Leanne.
A few of them.
A few of them we've looked up, and we've managed to see a couple that are 30, 40 quid sort of they're listed for.
Yeah.
We're not experts at all.
I done a trial at Cash Generator, and I sold one for £25.
Oh, cool.
We sold one. I don't even know what you call it. It's got the big fat.
It had a Nike sign on it.
I have no idea. It's a golf club. That's all I know.
Yeah. But that's nice, quick turnover for you as well, isn't it? You've picked them out and taken it to Cash Generators. That's 25 quid straight in your back pocket, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, big time.
And also, it saves having to ship something like that. Which
yeah, that is a pain.
Yeah, it's awkward selling like anything long. It's just a nightmare.
Yeah, definitely. Chris also has a question. Have you found any rats jump out on you yet?
Well, no, we don't go into bins where rats stay, because all the bins we go is like dry goods, so nothing like food or anything. Now we stay far away from them.
Yeah.
Not really going the yucky
No.
residential bins.
No, we're more going to business bins.
But yeah, if a rat jumped out, to be honest, we had pet rats at some point, so I probably wouldn't bother me anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, they're quite friendly, really.
Yeah, I think people just think they're going to jump on you. So I think they're pretty much run away.
Leo says iPhone would be good for the screen and battery, so still worth something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might just change my listing to spares and repairs. I've got it obviously on there that I can't unlock it, but I might have better luck with it being spares and repairs, perhaps. Tonks also says, can't believe the amount of glass you guys find in the bins. You wouldn't find many whiskey bottles in.
Oh, we found whiskey lately.
Yeah.
So what got you guys into reselling?
Really weird story, actually. So Alvin found like some brand new jars of really expensive honey, and it was M&S. It was all sealed. It was like had loads of date left on it.
About 2 years remain on it.
And what's that honey called? It's the really posh one. It's like you can use it for wounds and things like that.
Like Manuka honey.
Yes, yes.
And it was like really expensive when we checked it. So we were like, okay, what are we going to do with this? Like, you can't really put them sort of things on Gumtree because it's food. So
yeah,
we were like, oh, I don't know. And I like researched of where we could sell it locally, and there wasn't anything. So I was like, wow, we're going to have to just try out eBay, I suppose. And we put them on eBay, and they started selling really well. So we were like, oh, okay. And then we started reselling. And we come across people like Hairy Tornado in America first.
Yeah, I follow him.
And obviously that wasn't much use to us because they find and sell things. It's really different. So we searched like UK resellers, and that's when we found Chris and Belle cooking Hayden's. And then we started to find all the other resellers that we watch, and we were like, okay, so there's money to be made, and so that's why we kind of decided, wow, let's give it a go. Because I suffer with mental health, so I can't, like, I panic to have to go out to work somewhere at the moment. And Alvin's kind of like my carer. So it was like, well, if we can do something, just to do something, because otherwise you can go stir crazy otherwise. So
absolutely,
it's kind of what we did. And it's been a year in March, I think we've been doing it. And
great. That's not pretty much the same sort of time as me then, because I started in the January, so I've literally just hit a year now as well.
Yeah, and we love it, to be honest. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, I do as well. I wish I'd started it sooner, to be honest.
Same.
Yeah.
Limelight also says, how did you two meet?
Wow.
Oh, do you not want to answer that?
We met on a little site called Badoo, I think it was called. It was via Facebook. And we got chatting. Alvin was in London at the time.
Yeah, I was a chef, working as a chef.
I was in Portsmouth, and we decided to meet. We met up, hit it off really quickly, and I believe it was only about maybe a month. And we just decided this is it, and moved into her, and the rest is history. And we've been together now since 2012. So
Oh, see, that's good. And sometimes, like, you just know, don't you? Sometimes you just know.
Yeah, 2012 we've been together, and we've been married since 2015. So.
Oh, nice story. Pete, hello all in the chat. Love Wednesday Night Lives. Thanks so much, Pete. We've got Reseller Kid. Hello. That's a Pete as well, actually. Oh, hang on. I've done it now. Bear with me. I don't know if you can still see me or not, but my screen's
I can still see you.
Oh, can you? Oh, good. Oh, yeah. Right, I've got my screen back. I had a pop-up come up, which took out my screen. Question for Lynsey and Alvin. What jobs did you do before you got into reselling and dumpster diving?
I used to be a chef before.
and I was a librarian, believe it or not. Most people in this chat wouldn't believe that, but I was. And I loved it, actually. It was a really nice job.
Oh, I take it you guys are you're full-time resellers now then?
Still
Still
part-time
part-time,
because of my mental health, I still have to claim ESA. And on ESA, you're only really allowed to work a certain amount of hours before that will stop. So at the moment, until I can get my mental health, hopefully, fingers crossed, really stable, I don't want to let that little sort of safety blanket go at the moment.
No, I understand that. No, that's true. We've also got Richard. Hello. Pete, anyone know best website for bubble wrap? I don't know. I just use Amazon, to be honest. Don't know if there's like a
kind of buy ours in the shop.
In
Wilkinson's and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't thought of going to Wilco's actually, because there's one literally like over the road from me. But I always use Amazon.
It probably works out more expensive how we do it, to be honest, because we only get you only get small rolls. But we kind of buy it as and when we really need it, to be honest. So
yeah, I just top it up once I start getting low. I just buy another roll and top it up. I mean, I don't ship a hell of a lot of stuff that really need bubble wrap, but
we've got a lot of breakables, but it's only until I buy I've sold a breakable that I think we maybe need some more bubble wrap. When you dumpster diving, you find a lot of it as well. So it's a bonus.
Just scrolling down a little bit. Is that not so secret Santa present still working?
It's
still working, still clicking in our
in our hallway. We've got a cabinet with all our lovely little sort of memory treasure little things, and we've got it there because it was the best the best present ever. Like I think I don't mean to offend anyone, but I think we got the best present.
Kevin says, I picked up some vintage poly play sets. They was in a box free to take on someone's wall end of my street. Oh, he's put a post on Instagram about it as well. Nice. Free stock is always the best stock, isn't it, really?
Yeah, 100%.
Reseller Kid can get 500 by 100 roll for £10. Oh, he's put eBay afterwards as well. Just coming down again, just getting to the bottom, just seeing if there's any questions that I might have missed. Facebook is good for free packing materials. Actually, there's no you can use Olio as well. If you get the Olio app, people put like cardboard boxes and stuff like that on there all the time. So check out Olio, because I mean I sometimes pick up stuff off there to resell as well, because it's all just stuff that people are giving away for free, like they just want it gone. And 9 times out of 10 there's a lot of stuff you wouldn't bother picking up. But yeah, you can get packing stuff on there and like all sorts of things. And Rich, Secret Carper, diamond packaging for all your bubble wrap boxes and tape. And Lou at Fernley also gets free packaging from Marketplace and Freecycle. And Jilly B is also a Freecycle bird. So you guys, obviously you then started your YouTube channel. How have you found that?
At first we were, still are, doing lives is just petrifying. Because everyone's watching. At least you can edit the other videos. So if you've done anything embarrassing, you can wipe it out. But yeah, we've been absolutely loving it, to be honest. It's so much fun, and we have such a laugh sort of when we're doing it. We've just been loving it, and it's so nice because we're interacting with people that we've known for a while now. And we've also started gaining other people that have joined our channel, and you're kind of getting to know lots of other different people from across the world. Some of them it's so nice, and everyone's been positive so far. So we haven't had no negativity yet.
I think it's great that you guys, like, obviously with your channel, you've got like a different angle because you're in like the dumpsters and that. Like, I've never watched a reseller video where people are in bins, and so it gives like a totally different perspective, a totally different angle, and that's why I quite like to watch it because it's different.
Yeah.
So
I think we did start off wanting to just do the reselling, really. Like, dumpster diving was part of our life, but it was not really something we knew whether we should share or not, because obviously people have different reactions to them sort of things. So we were like, should we, shouldn't we? And then we just went for it and thought we'd just put one up, see what happens. And it was actually Chris Hayden, Cooking Hayden's, that said to us, look guys, like, there's a lot of reselling channels out there and you really need to stand out. He said, like, looks like your dumpster diving is really popular, so why not just run with that and do something different? So and at first we were like, I don't know if we should do that. And we've told everyone that we would be like doing reselling, and we don't want to like offend people now by doing something different. But then we were like, well, if people are enjoying it, then why not? So we just decided to change the names. We put, instead of resellers, we put dumpster divers, and so we've just carried on with that, really. So I think it's probably one of the best pieces of advice anyone's ever given us, was what Chris said.
I think it's true, because like you've hit like a almost like a little niche there almost, because like I say, I've never seen UK YouTubers, like UK resellers, doing that kind of thing. So that's yours. Like, you've coined that here. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's so, and that's what makes it, because I mean, a lot of reselling videos quite often they are a bit samey. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, down the charity shops again, down the car boots again, down here again, but rather than you guys are in like bins, so it's it's different, you know.
Yeah, true.
We go in the bins of the charity shops, so
and I think your channel will continue to grow because of that, because you're not just in charity shops, things like that. You're doing something slightly different.
And it seems to be really, I think with the cost of living thing going on as well, it's a lot of people are kind of looking at other ways to make money that doesn't cost money, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, like I said earlier, like, free stock is the best stock, isn't it? Because it doesn't owe you anything.
No.
And anything that you can make a few pennies off, then great, you know.
100%. Like, it helps us out a lot, because obviously there'll be weeks where you can't really like go and afford to buy loads in the charity shop. But you've got such a backlog of, like, our little flat is like a
little warehouse,
like Steptoe and Son.
Oh God, and mine. I've got the same. Tam and Belle, sorry, I forgot this was on. Hello. Oh, she's filming tonight. Oh, Tam and Belle, they're filming. Limelight Vinty, I love Alvin's catchphrase. Can you give us a catchphrase? Anthony Bedworth, good evening all. Nice to listen to some reselling content after listening to bosses at work moaning all day. Oh, sorry about that, Anthony, and thank you for coming here for your reselling content. Thank you very much. Where else are we? So, Wee Piece of Junior, you wouldn't think you were nervous, Lynsey and Alvin, as you come across really well. So I think you may be getting used to being on lives.
Thank you.
Lynsey and Alvin encouraged me to look in bins. Went with my brother-in-law in Scotland whilst on a holiday recently. I found a large fish kettle worth £60.
Well,
nice one.
I think Leanne is awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Honestly, it's so nice when other people are saying like we've gone and tried it as well.
Yeah.
Because
once you get the bug, unfortunately,
you will not.
When you're coming home with bagfuls of free stuff and it's good stuff, it's like you think, oh, I need to go out and do it again, because that would
Wee Piece of Junie, I enjoy watching a few dumpster divers in the USA, so it's good to see a few appearing in the UK too. Yeah. June has also got a channel, so do give her a subscribe too. Limelight Vinty, have you ever asked permission from the businesses to do it, or will they always say no?
One of them in particular we go to, it's one of the regular ones, you've probably seen it on our videos. It is the British Heart Foundation, and there's a lady that works in there, and she'll quite happily let us go in there.
Yep.
It's the same one where we caught them taking out the systems. But yeah, she'll quite happily come out with stuff and give us stuff. If
sometimes she'll ask me if I want anything else, and she'll go in the shop and bring big bags out and tell me,
"Oh,
I
we're
could have
throwing
it.
this as well. Take this if you want this." And I think that's why we always try and put across. We don't want people to think we're slating these people that are volunteering in these shops because it's not their fault.
No, it's not them.
It's corporate fault. It's high level managers' faults that are saying, "Oh, don't reduce the prices. If you can't get a tenner for it, throw it in the bin."
Yeah.
So it's not their fault. So this lady, I think she sees that. So she's like, if you're going to make use of it, take it.
Take it.
Yeah.
There are some of us that we did have one. We lost the footage, but it was at the back of a Sue Ryder shop, and Alvin had his bike there, and she slammed out, whacked the bike over, and she said, "Oh, you're on private property." It wasn't. It was completely public footpath that we were on. You're on public property, and that's a private bin, and it's what was it?
Hazardous.
It's hazardous. So I don't know if anyone. He's not dumpster dive in UK anymore, and I can't remember what he's changed his name to. But as he said, if you're putting hazardous things in the bin, it should be marked as that. Otherwise, actually, you're breaking the law. But hazardous. So she completely went mad. "Oh, what you're doing? Get out!" And Alvin had already taken out lots of vintage breakables and put them on the little bin next to him so he could pack it up and bring it home.
Yeah.
He started kicking off and she started picking it up. There was nothing wrong with it, no chips, cracks, nothing. And she, with all her might, was throwing it back in the bin to make.
Oh no!
Yep. And then Alvin just said, "Right, okay, I've got this on camera. We do YouTube." And then she did the usual thing that people do these days. I've got the phone out. "What YouTube are you on? What YouTube are you on?"
So I just asked her, "Why are you throwing it in the bin?" And she didn't want it to answer.
She didn't have any answer of why they're actually throwing it.
Yeah.
So I think what it was they're embarrassed for people to actually see what actually happens to their donations. But yeah, she was really quite angry. But yeah, she made sure to break it, and you just think, why? Why not let someone make use of it? There's nothing wrong with it, but she preferred to purposely smash it into the bin.
That's
so
unbelievable.
And we took it again. So.
I was really surprised when I saw that footage on one of your videos. It was the British Heart Foundation, and they opened up the closed donation one, and then just threw it straight in the dumpster. Just opened it up and went straight in. I was like, what the hell? People have donated their stuff there, thinking it's going to help someone or whatever.
Yeah.
And you've just lobbed it all in the bin. That's not what they'd have wanted to happen to their stuff.
I know, and the thing is the guy was there that day, and he started trying to tell us, "Oh, they're putting it in because it's mouldy." So we purposely opened it.
Yeah.
Check, because we were like, mouldy, really? So we checked it, and as you probably have seen on the video, it wasn't mouldy. So that was just an excuse of why they were doing it. I think I got an inkling that I had the camera going, so he needed to say something quickly.
I know.
Crazy. Leanne wants to take you guys out around some different bins, and she'll be the bin driver.
Leanne has been really kind to us, and we will definitely be taking Leanne up on that.
Also got Welsh Picker in. Hello, thanks so much for joining. And Leanne used to be a police officer in Hampshire, so I think I can justify bin diving if challenged. It doesn't worry me. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it? I just can't get my head around it. Why not just let you have it out the bin? It's going to go to landfill otherwise. It's no difference to anyone, is it? Really? I just find it baffling. Oh, that's wee piece of Junie there. I'm just getting other people's conversations as usual. I always end up doing that. And Sarah resells. Even everyone, sorry I'm late. Thanks for joining, Sarah. No
Well,
problem.
one thing about the vehicle, I'm a strong believer on the planet and the carbon footprint.
Yeah.
I try not to have any carbon footprint. So that's why I'm building my own trailer for my bicycle.
Oh, cool.
So I think thanks for a lot of people who offer the vehicles and things, but unless it's not electric, I don't want it. Yeah, except for Leanne, yeah.
Yeah.
The trailer also he's building out of everything like pallets and everything that's actually recycled from the dumpster. So it's a trailer.
Oh wow, that's cool. Be like the dumpster trailer.
Yes.
That's cool. Do you guys go to like car boots as well as charity shops and things too?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a local one by you that you go to?
One, but it sort of runs summertime only.
Only, yeah.
And unfortunately, where we don't drive, it's a little bit difficult to get further afield. Obviously, with people starting early in the morning, it's quite hard. We do get to the one in Portsmouth, and we're hoping there's one sort of across. You can get a ferry over to Gosport. It's about 5 minutes away. There's one over there, and people have been saying to go to that one, so we might give that a go.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it is difficult because quite often they're just in like fields as well, and so it's quite difficult to. You can't really just walk to it, or I don't know. Alvin just gives you a backie on his phone.
I'll just jump on the trailer at the back when it's done.
Yeah. You'll have to make Lynsey like a side trailer.
Well, I had a first trailer before. I tell her she can jump at the back. She didn't want to.
I was like,
you got to make her like a little side trailer. Get her some goggles like that as well.
Definitely.
Do you guys sell on any other platforms other than eBay?
We sell on the one that you're not supposed to.
Oh yeah, I think we all do.
Well, you can sell on there, but not if you're a reseller. Yeah, we don't do much on there, to be honest. Though it's more eBay than anything.
Do you do Depop at all?
I started with it and got absolutely nowhere, so it just didn't do anything for me. So I just deleted the app and didn't bother anymore. It was I think some people either do really well on it or you just don't, and we didn't. So it was just like, oh, I can't be, because we watched you the other day and you were saying like you were actually sort of listing things on different sites manually, and that's what we do, and it's hard work when you're trying to keep up with lots of different sites. So we just stick to eBay, and then there's been a couple of things that we've had that we've tried to pop on Facebook Marketplace, but I mean that's a little bit of a waste of time half the time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do Depop anymore because, like you, I just wasn't getting anywhere with it at all. And I was like, you know what, this just isn't really worth my time. For the once in a blue moon sale I was getting off it, and I know that some people do really well off Depop. How they managed to crack it, I've got no idea. But I just found it just wasn't really worth my time at all.
Yeah, exactly the same as us.
Yeah. So if you guys weren't resellers, what do you think you'd do?
I would 100% go back to the library because I loved it. It's a nice, peaceful job. And it's interesting because you kind of have to research things for customers as well, so you learn while you're on the job.
Yeah.
And you do a little bit of everything. So like throughout the day of working, you might be stacking books back on the shelf. You might be front of the till, serving the customers, taking their books out. You could be downstairs in the computer room, helping people, doing stuff like that. And it was just a really nice job with really nice people. And it was probably one of my favourite jobs. I've worked in butchery before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's just, I'm at the age now where I just think I don't want to be coming home covered in blood and guts and smelling. So the library for me.
Yeah. Well, I love food, so I'll go back into chefing.
Oh, so you'd both go back to your previous jobs then? It's not like, you hated it and
No.
you can't do anymore. Like
Yeah.
you'd both go back to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. Limelight says, "Where is Brad tonight? I always think it's really sweet when he comments how fab parents you are."
Yeah, it is really sweet. I don't know where he is tonight.
I think he's doing some
He's 19 and he likes his bed quite a lot.
voluntary at the moment.
Yeah, he's been doing a little bit of voluntary work with his friends, sort of handing out food parcels and different things like that.
Nice.
So he's been trying to get a full-time job, and obviously doing a bit of voluntary always helps to put onto the CV.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. It's so difficult to get experience as well. Like if places won't hire you unless you've got experience, it's like, well, how am I going to get that?
Exactly.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, you even get that like with some jobs like in nursing as well. They're like, oh, yeah, you have to have like so much experience doing this already. It's like, but how can I get that experience if nowhere will hire me?
Exactly, it's so stupid. It's so
Like,
stupid.
yeah, it is really annoying. Also, actually, talking of YouTube videos, is he the one? See, I watched your video where you said, "I can't believe how many times I say ball bag in this video."
Balls, yeah.
I counted up balls and like bag of balls. I counted up about 8 times, I think. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, but just in case you were wondering what the fact was. But is he the one in your video as well?
Yeah, he was coming out with us doing some of the camera work and like helping us drag it all home. Actually, if you actually brought up the bag of ball, it was when we got back and you're watching it through to start editing it, and I noticed and I was like, oh my god, how many times did I literally say bag of balls? I said it for a like ha reason, and then it just continued, and I thought, oh my goodness.
I thought I'm gonna have to sit here, watch it, and count it up because I need to know now. So yeah, I think balls and bag of balls. It was about 8 times.
There we go. I know now. 8.
Random fact for you all. If Alvin wants any recycling type of logos made for his trailer, I'm happy to do them as I have a cutting machine, same as Belle has for her crafts. Oh, nice.
Oh, thank you, Leanne. That would be brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
What about for Lynsey's like side?
Now I've been thinking about it since you mentioned it.
You're all terrible. You're gonna have me on the back of a trailer.
I don't mind.
That's why Alvin is so well behaved, misbehaved, and risks getting chopped up.
But the thing is, he's a chef, so he could chop me up as well.
Yeah.
Both ways.
Yeah, never give a chef like knives out of the kitchen. God. Do you think your dumpster diving and reselling is helping your mental health, Lynsey? I think I know the answer, but I thought I'd ask the question.
Thank you, Junie. Yes, is the answer. 100% yes. Obviously, being able to come together with other resellers like yourselves, it helps because you're making friends. You're able to talk about mental health, and people don't stigmatize you for it. It's always good to get out and talk. There's been a couple of channels we've been on fairly recently that have brought up the subject.
Yeah.
One was Chris and Belle cooking Hayden's. Another was actually Nike's Life Rich.
Yeah.
It's really nice that people are kind of making it normal because it is normal. So many people have mental health, and it shouldn't be something you're frightened to talk about, because if you do talk, sometimes you'll feel so much better after you've got it off your chest.
Yeah.
And obviously, so you lot help me as well. Like every one of you that have subbed to us, have left us kind comments, that all helps my mental health. It's all just really rewarding, and it makes you sort of think, oh, actually it's a good day today because someone said something really positive.
Yeah, definitely. And it is very normal, isn't it? Mental health. I think it was, it's always been stigmatized for so long that actually it's really normal, and everyone, goes through these things or feels these things or suffers, with different mental health illnesses, and it is really normal, and it is good that people do talk about it, and can talk about it. I don't think anyone is immune to mental health illness or problem at any point in their life.
Yeah, it's good that people on here are kind of saying, I'm a reseller and actually let's talk about mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it opens up that little conversation that if someone is in the chat and they haven't told anyone inside how they're feeling,
Yeah.
it might just give them that little push to say, this is how I feel, and
Yeah.
you won't even understand how lovely the reselling community are. Like everyone, really kind.
Yeah, really supportive.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, everyone's like pretty welcoming and supportive and things, aren't they?
Yeah.
I was going to tell you something then, I've forgotten it now. Yeah, I've lost it. I'm gonna have to come back to it because I've forgotten. Oh, actually, no, I've remembered now. So, I think like as well with mental health, like a lot of people, they kind of start working for themselves and being like resellers and things, and it's for their own mental health as well. Like being able to leave their job, work for themselves, do their own thing, and a lot of it is for their mental health. So I think that's why people are very, happy to talk and things, because everyone's got their own story as to how they started their business or reselling or whatever, or what made them do that. So yeah, I think everyone's got their own stories.
And we've seen that as we've just seen our buddy Chris is in, and we've seen that in Chris's chat when they brought up the mental health. Many people had their stories, and obviously Belle and Chris, I don't even think could get through everyone's because there was so everyone's got something and everyone's had an issue at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick and Andrew are talking a lot about mental health on Sunday as well. Both struggle with anxious times. Yeah, it's so many people, so many people.
I think with people like Nick and Andrew, it's easy as well because you see them so confident.
Yeah.
Some people would just see that as, oh, they can't have mental health because they're really confident. And I've had that a lot. I put my makeup on and stuff, and people wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'm good at masking it. So it's good to open up and say, actually, I might come across really confident, but this is what it really is. You're like with paddling under the water.
Yeah, absolutely. Wee Piece Junie says you can definitely see a change in you from when you started your channel to now, and I'm glad we as a community have helped you in some small way too.
Thank you.
Just hopping down the chat a mo. As we were getting more into clothes, we went to Argos to pick up a sewing kit, just needle and thread. They wanted £17. Went to Home Bargains instead, and it only cost us £1.50. That is crazy. Wow. £17. Mind you, I won't pick up any clothes that have got holes in or need fixing or anything because I can't work a needle and thread, basically. So good luck to you.
Me neither. Alvin can. I'm useless.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, Alvin seems like he's, a bit of a hero, really. Like, being in the dumpsters, he can sew, he can cook. Like, is there any end to this man's talent?
From a child growing up, my mom taught me how to do everything because she told me I must not depend on a woman at all. I have to do everything as a woman. So that's how she raised me up.
Oh, that's cute.
Coming from St. Lucia in the Caribbean, they haven't got loads of money normally. So obviously, some people have, but the majority of people, they're quite poor. So they have to learn to do things to get by. So learning to sew and
cook
and all of them sort of things. Obviously, you have to
know how to iron my clothes, everything. Yep.
Yeah, got the make do and mend attitude.
Yeah.
Definitely. Right, guys, I think we're at the bottom of the chat now, so we'll start winding up. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. And I've had a great
Nice.
Honestly, we were so chuffed when you asked us to come on, and then we started feeling really nervous. You made it really easy for us, so
did.
thank you.
Yeah.
No, that's all right, no problem. Yeah, I've had a great time. So I've also put your guys' channel down in the description. So if you're not subscribed to Lynsey and Alvin already, then please do subscribe to them. There's some great videos on there, so do subscribe. And you guys have also got Instagram as well. Are you Lynsey and Alvin Dumpster Divers UK on Instagram too?
Yeah, if anyone goes onto our channel, all of our info is sort of like in our About Us section. Yeah, we've got it all on there, I think.
Cool. Right, well, we're going to head off now. So thanks for joining, everyone. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all next week. Guest is to be confirmed for next week. Otherwise, it will just be my face. So, yeah.
Good enough.
Right, see you all next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.